Hi folks, today I want to talk to you about a coin that started my fascination with the hobby many years ago when I was 12 years old. It is what I would call the most iconic American coin, and I guess the word that comes to mind is Americana. I'm talking about none other than, as you can see, the Buffalo nickel, which is somewhat of a misnomer because it is in fact the North American bison, not a buffalo, but that's sort of splitting hairs. I want to show you what we're talking about here. We have, get my fingers out of the way, Buffalo, United States of America. And the motto, E pluribus unum, from many one, from many states we have one nation. The denomination at the bottom, 5 cents. And one way these are graded is to see how much of the horn is left visible on the buffalo's head. And this particular coin has a good portion of it left, at least about 2/3. And we flip it over, and the beauty of this coin, part of it on this side is just the austerity of it. It's just, there's a Native American Indian, the word liberty, and at the bottom we have the date. This particular coin is dated 1930. A little bit of history on this coin. This is not an actual individual, but rather a composite sketch of 3 different individuals. Very cool. We had so much respect for our Native Americans. They were even featured on our folding currency back in the day. And then things sort of went downhill when we started putting presidents and government buildings on our money, but that's another story. The Buffalo nickel. These were made from 1913 until 1938, through 1938, when they transferred over to the Jefferson nickel that same year. One of the problems with this nickel was that the date was the highest point, so that tended to wear off, and in the hobby they're known as dateless nickels, such as this one. You can see that the word liberty is sort of worn into the rim. It's there, but it's barely there, and the date is gone. Now there is a way to restore that temporarily. There's it's called Date Restorer. It's a chemical that they can drop on there. It'll eat away at the metal and sort of leave the date behind, but eventually it'll re-corrode. However, this nickel, we can tell that it is in fact a 1913. And the reason we can tell that is because you'll notice that the buffalo is standing on a raised hill. That's the only year they made that. Every other year they went to a flat design. See if I can get this to focus here. You know what, I'm going to move my frosty root beer here out of the background so it'll focus on these coins. And there, you can see the difference in what the buffalo is standing on. And as I said, the 1913 is the only year where the buffalo is standing on a raised ground here. And the reason they did that is they learned rather quickly in 1913 that just completely gets worn down because it's such a high relief. You'll further notice a little letter at the bottom there. That's called a mint mark. This coin was struck, that's a D, This was struck at the Denver Mint. If there's no mint mark, that means it was struck at the mother mint or the main mint in Philadelphia. There's a Denver and a San Francisco branch mints that were operational at the time. So this is it. This is the Buffalo nickel that got me very interested in the hobby of coin collecting. This nickel here is worth, it's in rather decent condition, a couple of bucks. This 1913D, it's in rough shape. The date is gone, but we know it's a 1913, and we know it's a D. Maybe $5. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks very much. I'm going to enjoy my root beer and have a great day.